ladies and gentlemen, Nelson Peltz has officially put forth his request to be added to the board of directors at Disney. The Byzantine goings-on behind the scenes has been something that I have covered on this channel for a while, and while I have been dubious in consideration to Nelson Peltz and his potential status as the savior of Disney, I suppose he cannot do too much of a worse job than Bob the franchise killer, but on the Disney side, of course, we've had the usual protestations that Peltz is unqualified, and then we had a storm of announcements at the beginning of this year, seemingly in an attempt to reassure the shareholders on the Disney side of the fence that we have a plan, we promise, because following up several bad years where we pumped out tons of directionless, soulless films and content, no, I'm not calling them TV shows, onto Disney Plus and into theaters, that somehow by doing the same thing in this year, where Peltz & Co. are pounding on the door, we can somehow assure our dwindling supporters that we still have a plan. Bob and board, are you begging to be replaced? Why am I surprised? After all, Disney's sense of self-preservation is about as well developed as my social life, and of course, in this interview, Peltz took the opportunity to point out the massive fuck-up that was the last several flopbusters released by Disney.
By the way, they said I have no media experience. I don't claim to have any. But I would tell you, I don't think they have much media experience. They broke a record this year. You know that the last 5 movies in a row were losers. Now, if that comes with media experience, I want a guy who doesn't have a media experience.
Good question, of course, is can he pull this takeover off? As stated in the aforementioned interview, he has a lot of shares given to him by Ike Perlmutter, the former head of Marvel, which gives him no small amount of pull as a shareholder. So, on the one hand, he has a decent shot. On the other hand, we are talking about Disney, and they, and by extension Bob Iger, may yet find a way to weasel their way out of this, but, as it stands, Nelson Peltz has a very real opportunity here if he can take it, and if he can turn the company around without damaging it further with his own allegiances to ESG, and if he can repair the massive damage caused by the previous leadership, well, he might be the savior of Disney. However, I once again urge caution, as Peltz has affiliations to ESG PACs and is thus not to be wholly trusted. But tell me what you think down below, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think Peltz can get on the board of directors? If so, can he save Disney? This has been Pete, the Radical Nerd, signing off.